Losing weight is easy. Eat less and move more. Burning fat while maintaining muscle tissue, on the other hand, is a little more complicated. If you spent years or even months dedicated to putting on muscle mass, it would be a shame to lose it all in just weeks. Unfortunately, most trainees lose way more lean body mass than they need to during a fat loss phase. If you want to reach the level of conditioning displayed on the cover of your favorite fitness magazine without ending up skinny and flat, there are 5 major mistakes you must avoid. And if you do avoid these mistakes, you'll end up solid and strong instead of soft and weak, all without having to starve yourself, do countless hours of cardio, or eat a bland, unenjoyable diet. Mistake number 1. More cardio and less weights. This is where most people get it wrong. They assume that since their primary goal at the moment is fat loss, they should put the weights down and jump on the treadmill. Big mistake. The more cardio you do, the more you stress your body, and although a moderate amount can be healthy, too much of it can land you in a state of chronic stress, thus inhibiting your body's ability to recover. A meta-analysis published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research looked at 21 studies where resistance training was combined with cardio. They found that too much endurance training had negative effects on strength and muscle mass, a recipe for muscle loss when in a caloric deficit. Contrary to popular belief, if we want to maintain strength and muscle mass during a period of underfeeding, it would be beneficial to keep endurance training as short and infrequent as possible while still reaching your fat loss goals. Mistake number 2. Not enough protein. It's no secret that we don't need as much protein to build muscle as we once believed. In fact, the typical bro at your local fitness club is probably getting more than double the protein he actually needs. The science is pretty clear that most people won't need more than about 0.6 grams per pound of body weight to build muscle. Less than half of the 1.5 to 2 grams per pound of body weight we once thought. But here's the kicker. A study conducted by AUT University concluded that energy-restricted athletes will need a bit more. The consensus is that somewhere around 1 to 1.4 grams per pound of fat-free mass is necessary to maintain muscle tissue when dieting. It's also worth mentioning that someone who's 20% body fat and has been restricting calories for just 4 weeks may not need as much protein as an athlete who is 8% body fat and has been dieting twice as long. Bottom line, try to get at least 1 gram per pound of body weight in protein consistently and consider increasing that amount a bit as you get further into your fat loss phase. Mistake number 3. Low carb diets. Carbs make you fat. Wrong. Eating too much and not moving enough makes you fat. The thought process behind this unsubstantiated claim is quite simple. Carbs increase insulin, and insulin is a storage hormone that forces our body to store fat. First, let's be clear. Yes, insulin is responsible for pulling glucose from the bloodstream to store it as body fat. However, it's also responsible for driving amino acids into our muscles, thus elevating protein synthesis. This is critical for muscle retention while restricting calories for weight loss. Not to mention, the evidence is pretty clear that the insulin response from food intake doesn't determine the amount of fat you store. Total energy balance does. Truth is, any active individual who weight trains regularly should never avoid carbs. Blood glucose and muscle glycogen are the most important elements in the formula for maximizing physical performance. Training in a state where muscle glycogen is depleted is a recipe for decreased performance and muscle loss. I'd also add that despite what you may read on the internet by self-proclaimed fitness experts, research shows that carbs are inefficiently stored as body fat even when overfeeding. In a state of underfeeding, however, it becomes virtually impossible. Bottom line, if you want to maximize your performance in the gym and maintain as much muscle as possible, consume as many carbs as your caloric intake will allow after meeting your protein and fat needs while remaining in a deficit. Mistake number 4, rapid fat loss. The first thing most dieters do when entering a cutting phase is decrease their calories and increase their physical activity. Bad move. Weight loss is simply a matter of energy balance. If we can burn more calories than we consume, we lose weight. However, if we want to maintain our hard-earned muscle mass, we've got to be a bit more strategic. Decreasing calories while increasing physical activity at the same time creates an unnecessarily large energy deficit. And although this will result in faster fat loss, it also makes you much more susceptible to losing lean body mass. Bottom line, take a slow, gradual approach to your fat loss. Start off by adding one 15-minute session of HIIT per week. When weight loss stalls, either increase the physical activity slightly or decrease the calories a bit, but never do both at the same time. Mistake number 5, lightweight for high reps. If your personal trainer has ever told you to lift lightweight for high reps to burn fat, fire him. Don't get me wrong, high rep training has a time, place, and a purpose, no doubt. But decreasing intensity while in a caloric deficit is the fastest way to end up skinny and weak. The reason for this is simple. If we train with lightweight or low intensity for an extended period of time, we lose the strength and size adaptations we work so hard for. We can, and at times should, reduce volume, but we must always aim to maintain intensity. The best way to maintain strength is to train as heavy as you did to develop it. The better we do at maintaining strength, the more muscle mass we can retain. Did you find this video helpful? If so, click the like button below as it'll truly help out the channel. If your training and nutrition are in order and you're looking for an extra edge, be sure to check out my science-based supplement line. Each product was created using scientifically proven ingredients, all clinically dosed and guaranteed to produce results. If you want to check those out, head over to musclemonsters.com/supplements or click the link in the description below. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. Peace.